Ugh. I'm tired as fuck, boys. Ooh. But it's day one of review week, which means today we're going to review Spongebob the Musical. Now, Spongebob the Musical, I really like it because it harkens back to the good old days of Spongebob. Now, if you don't know anything about Spongebob, basically, the show was good for like seasons 1 through 3, and then the SpongeBob movie happened, and then Stephen Hillenburg, who's the original creator, stepped down as showrunner, and then since then the show's been getting progressively worse, as now it's going into its like 12th season. But the first 3 seasons are the best, and it's where all the memes come from. So I was hoping that the musical would go in the direction of the first 3 seasons of SpongeBob, and you know what? It really does. The hallmarks of modern SpongeBob humor are like gross out and Squidward getting hurt and Patrick being stupid and all that. But it really misses the point of what's like made those characters so cool. Like, yeah, Squidward got hurt a lot, but it was because he was such a pessimist and he was such a downer. And he was so miserable, and he would go out of his way to not do shit. And yeah, Patrick's dumb, but usually his dumbness wasn't mean. It was more comedic, and it led him into ridiculous situations. And it's stuff like that, like character stuff, that they actually bring back in the SpongeBob musical, and I really like it. So the plot of the musical is SpongeBob and friends are in Bikini Bottom having a good time. All of a sudden, there's a volcanic outbreak, and Bikini Bottom's going to be destroyed in like 48 hours. And so Plankton seizes the opportunity, and he hatches a plan to get everyone to evacuate in one place, and so he can hypnotize all of them to go to the chum bucket instead of the Krusty Krab. And it's very simple if you think about it, but they use it to create some really awesome like humor and really awesome set pieces. It's just amazing. The set design is incredible. They really decked out the Plaza Theater, which is where they were showing it. It's this really nice, like, old-looking theater, and they dress the walls with, like, blue sequins to make it look like it's underground. It's such a contrast. It's just hilarious. And they were really, acting the part. A big part of it, Patchy the Pirate, if you know him from SpongeBob, he makes an appearance, and his big thing was he was the biggest fan of SpongeBob ever. And so he was in the audience before the show, walking around, and then he does a fourth wall break as part of the show. And it's just so little attention to detail like that. It really just sort of butter my nipples, you know what I'm saying? And the message isn't that bad either. Like, you might not realize it from it being, the SpongeBob musical, for kids, but it's actually a thinly veiled allegory for the Trump administration, for immigration, for social media. And it's there's so much shit. Like, Patrick gets a cult of like fish to like follow him because he says stupid shit, and they think it's like fake deep, and they're like, oh, if we close our eyes, then we will not have to worry about the problems in our lives. And Jesus Christ, they really hit some deep points here, and I can really appreciate that. But by far, the best part of this musical is Squidward. Squidward is the best part of the entire thing. Okay, first of all, his costume. He has 2 legs on the back of his like leg, so they like the foam legs attached to his ass, and he like hooks them to his foot, and it creates this cool effect where it looks like he has 4 legs, and it's awesome. But Squidward has the best song in the entire musical, and I encourage you to listen to it. It's called I'm Not a Loser, and it's if there's one thing I would encourage you to do is watch the Tony's performance of I'm Not a Loser from the SpongeBob musical, because it's just, oh, I can't even describe it. It's just so amazing. It's a banger for kids. It's a banger for adults. Overall, probably one of the best musicals I've ever seen. I don't have rankings for musicals, I'm sorry, but yeah, tune in tomorrow when I talk about another musical. One that's considerably more popular and a little bit older, Hamilton. I'm talking about Hamilton because I just got to see Hamilton. You know Hamilton, that one? Like the Hamilton? I saw Hamilton.